Hello, folks. I'm Tommy MC 2010. I'm here with one of my good friends from Owen High School. How you doing today, man?
Pretty good, you.
Doing all right. So, how long have you lived here in Black Mountain?
All my life.
Now, have you ever been to any other parts of the country, or have you just been specifically here in the South?
Man, pretty much all in the South.
All in the South. Now, what would you say is different from, say, the average person to being here in the South? How do you take to a city person coming here and talking to you? What would you typically do? You know,
I typically would. I don't like to talk to too many city folks. They think they know everything, and it just don't run that way. I just don't agree with the way they do it.
all right. Now, I'm curious. I understand you went to high school. Now, what sport would you particularly would you succeed in like that?
Actually, those two, football and wrestling.
Football and wrestling. Um, have you ever thought about being a professional wrestler, or did you just do Greco-Roman wrestling?
I just did mainly Greco-Roman. It's real, not that fake stuff.
Um, that fake stuff, they make millions of dollars. You know that John Cena, he makes over. I don't know how much his net worth is, but it's probably a lot more. It may be fake, but I tell you what, Cena's got multiple mansions because of that. But enough about Cena. About you, man. You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm getting the dead stare from this guy. I wish you guys like it's kind of a dark image here. You can kind of see that this guy. He like I don't know if you can tell, but this guy is. No offense to you, but this guy is a massive gentleman. Like, show me your fist. You see that right there? Like, look at that right next to my head. Like God, this guy is a behemoth, a monster. You see, he even drives a truck that is a monster of a truck. Like, he comes into the parking lot. I'm here because I couldn't get to stay the night with some of my friends, and I'm just here in town. I invited my friend down here. Would you like me to say your name, or you just want me to just keep it to you as my friend?
Just say my first name, be fine.
Jason. Jason is one of my good friends from Owen High School. Now, Jason, how was it like for you typically in high school?
It started out pretty rough, and then I started letting people know that I was there to stay and that they couldn't do anything about it, and then I pretty much became dominant in through high school.
Now, I'm just curious, in a typical day, what do you averagely do in an average day?
In an average day, I can do a little bit of everything. I can go from help building a house to fixing your car for you. It really don't matter. I'm better working with my hands than sitting at a desk.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite beer?
Budweiser.
Budweiser? Okay. Now, what's your favorite liquor?
I gotta go with that white lightning.
So, moonshine is your sweet tooth, am I right?
Oh yeah.
Um, now, I've never had moonshine before. I've only had liquor. But would you say that? Would you think I would be able to handle moonshine?
Probably not.
Really? You don't think I can handle it?
No. Yeah,
Really?
you could the wheat stuff, but I drink that 160, 170, sometimes 180 proof.
Okay. Now, I'm curious. Like, I'm trying to think of a good question I can ask you. Now, what kind of truck do you have? What kind of brand truck do you have?
I have a '89 Ford.
Now, could you tell me every single detail about that truck, or are you that Wikipedia about it, about your truck?
I don't know, but I can give it a shot.
All right. What now? Shoot. Typically, let's say I'm a person I don't know about cars. Tell me everything about your truck and why it's awesome. Sell me why I should have your truck.
Well, one, it's an older model. It's got a 351 Cleveland 5.8 V8 in it. It's four-wheel drive. It's a stick shift, which stick shifts are cheaper and easier to fix. It's got a heavy-duty clutch in it. It's got a heavy-duty suspension, and you can load that thing with almost 4,000 pounds, and it wouldn't even make that thing sink.
Really?
Yep,
Now, you would say it's badass with four wheels, am I right? It's a bad truck with four wheels on, am I right?
pretty much.
Now, do you like to cut trees down, or do you do any lumber work exactly, or because a guy like you is so limber and so muscular and humongous, do you do any workouts or just do your own stuff?
I don't do many workouts. I basically do a lot of my own stuff.
What's that? Like, give me a typical thing that you do, what you do exactly.
Um, my main type of workout is physical outdoor work, like cutting, moving trees, uh, dealing with heavy machinery, sort of stuff like that.
Now, you being here in the South, do you have any hardcore stories like that you have had incidents and have occurred in your life? Hardcore stuff, crazy things. Have you ever had anything happen like that before? Or is it just, you know, ordinary? Or have you ever had anything hardcore happen with you, man?
Well, I guess it depends on what the version of hardcore is.
Like, how much can you drink? Like, how much can you drink in a setting with alcohol?
Oh, I put down a whole 24 pack.
Wow, that is that's pretty good, man. Now, can you stand up after that? Or are you able to like, brush your teeth and do all sorts of things?
Yeah, I might swing back and forth every once in a while, but as far as having to have somebody carry me out, no.
You're kind of like Andre the Giant, basically. You can drink a whole keg and you're just fine, aren't you?
Pretty close to it.
You like your hands just are like bear claws, honest. Like this guy right here, he is one of my oldest friends from the high school, and he's got himself a can of Skull here he's chewing on. And so as we were coming up to the hotel room, I said, "Let me guess, Jason, you need to get me let me get you. You need a cup." And he's like, "Most definitely, Tom. Am I right?"
Yeah.
Um, so okay, I got a question for you. What's your opinion on people like what's your opinion on people against having people having guns? What's your philosophy on that?
Well, if you don't like guns, then you pretty much need to go screw yourself because a man with a gun is able to protect his family and protect his dignity.
Now, what do you think about other people that think that it's wrong for the average American citizen, American, father figure to have a weapon? What do you think about those people?
Well, they need to go screw themselves too because if somebody comes barging in my house, I'm going to have a 12 gauge pointing at them. If I have a family, I'm going to protect them with all means.
Now, Jason, do you figure that you can handle a weapon, that you are physically trained to handle weapons? Do you feel like some government person should come up to you and say, Jason, this is how you handle a gun. This is how you point a gun. This is how you shoot a gun. Now, what do you think about
No, I would go and say, I know how to hold a gun. Do you know how to screw a woman?
that?
Yeah.
Folks, this is a special episode, so I'm interviewing a special guest here, so it's a whole different breed of, I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean, so this guy could probably knock the crap out of me. Understand that, folks? So he's a cool guy. He's really chill. I hope I didn't just offend you.
No, I definitely understand that I'm my own breed.
Yes, he is his own breed. He is a definitely big gentleman, and that he is. You're very entertaining, and you told me. Would you like me to share this with the audience of what you just told me a couple minutes ago about the whole thing that we were just talking about?
Oh no, just go ahead.
So this guy told me that he was hit by a car, and he told me that he gets back up, and he's like, "Well, there, excuse me, partner, we're going to have a conversation here." And yeah, that's how big this guy is. He dented this guy's car just by hitting him, and I'm just like, it tells you that this guy is massive. This guy is big, and that the fact that you could put a dent in somebody's car like that. Me, I'd probably be like a mushroom, boom, and I'd probably bounce off and be like, I need to go to the hospital. Help me. What, Jason?
No,
You're just laughing because you think I'm fat.
I don't think it's that.
Um, Now, what subjects do you like to talk about averagely with your friends? What's a subject that comes up with typically with your friends when you're talking to your friends? What's a subject that spikes your interest?
There's several. We talk about girls, cars, trucks, guns, anything that a man likes. We talk about it, but we keep the government out of the situation because we do not like the government.
So you don't like the government. Now, I know I hope this doesn't go into a racist rant, but what's your opinion on our president?
To keep everybody calm, I will keep them opinions to myself.
That right there, folks, means that he does not like him. This is an interesting way of interview style. You just hear me, you see my hands, and of course I don't have another webcam to point here, so it's just this camera here. We have one viewer with us watching right now, and I don't know who that person is, but I hope they're enjoying this awesome interview. Now, how much liquor can you consume?
I have drunk a fifth of Jim Beam and stood still. I was able to walk a straight line after.
I'll tell you what, after I have Coke and rum, I get bloodshot in the face. Like I can't. I'm just. I've gotten pretty. I only had half a bottle, and I've not been able to stand. I'm a big guy. I can handle my liquor sometimes, but it is just insane on how liquor compares to what you do. With your body. You know, because I could tell a guy like you could definitely handle your liquor. Now, who is your favorite football team?
I actually got two. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers and I like the New York Giants.
Now, at the same time, if those two teams were going up against each other, who would you want to win, and who would you want to go to the Super Bowl?
I want both of them to go to the Super Bowl, but when they face head to head, it's a toss up. I usually pull for both teams at the same time, and whoever wins, I'm excited because it's both two of my favorite teams.
Really? You just lean forward so that they can see your face, and see the uniqueness of you. Because I'm sitting back because the show's about you. I'm talking with you. But yeah, as you can see, my friend here, he's a good guy, but he's definitely kind of shy. But am I right, Jason?
Oh yeah.
He he's never really done anything like this before. I had to kind of talk him into it. But the thing about it is this gentleman right here is very unique, very interesting, and I'm curious, Jason, would you ever make a YouTube channel and you know do the outdoor man or something like that, or out? Well, if you were to have a YouTube channel name, what would you name it in your personal opinion?
Honestly, I wouldn't name it anything because I probably wouldn't even have a YouTube channel.
Hmm. Let's say if somebody like me that is YouTube savvy and got you a YouTube channel, and I said, Jason, here is the title for where you can put your YouTube channel name. What would you What would you name it? And then basically you would just shoot videos in the week, and then I would basically take those videos and then upload them for you, since if you didn't know how to operate it. If you Now this is not an insulting question. Can you operate a computer very well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just asking. It's just an interesting question I'd like to ask. And are you,
I'm not. No. I'm,
I don't want to offend you at all.
tell me if you don't quit thinking you're offending me.
What?
If you don't think you're offending me, which means quit thinking you're offending me.
Okay, I just get nervous sometimes. I want to ask people questions in person because the difference is asking somebody a question on the computer and then asking somebody in person. They can actually get you on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so okay, back to the question. If I was to have that, what would you title your YouTube channel name to be?
Mm, probably different subjects with red. I mean, it's simple and kind of get to the point because I don't do just one type of subject.
So you're saying, okay, my channel is Tommy into 2010. Now, I mean, that would be each title you would have. You'd have a title, but the exact name brand. People are, I have Tommy Head. These are Tommy Head viewers that are watching me. Now, what would be that name? That would be the household name that people would tune in and watch. What would be?
I guess we'd go with something similar, more like redheads.
Redheads. Now, would your viewers particularly be redheads, or would it be a general direction you would aim for? Would you aim for a young generation or an older generation?
I would aim more for a younger generation because these younger generations coming up don't know how to do anything, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, curious question. I start my lineup. Hello, I'm Tommy MC 2010, and how are you doing this today? Would you go off and like, hello there, I'm Red, and hello there, Red, would you say something like that?
No, I'd be more like, it's just another wonderful day in the neighborhood, and let's just get started.
Really?
Yeah.
That is very catchy. That is very. Now, if you had a catchphrase, what would that catchphrase be?
Well, I was always, I always thought of this catchphrase more like, if you do anything, wait a minute, let me think here. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, name it after me.
That's a brilliant catchphrase to end your videos. That's Jason. If you ever need me to make you a YouTube channel, just I will do what I can to make you a YouTube channel, and if you need to type up the video, the title, I'll let you type up the title, and I'll put it out there for your YouTube channel. And if you want to start small and just do like small segments, for each video, just let me know. And if you want to do full process videos, those take a while to upload if you have a fast internet service. Now, and it just depends on how long you want to do it for. But understand this, one thing about it is that there are people that say negative things, and you have to have tough skin to perform here on YouTube. And I've learned to grow tough skin because I have people. You've read some of my comments, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people just they're talking with their ass. They're playing piano with their ass. That's what they.
How do you know they're not finger fucking themselves in the ass?
Oh my god, this guy's funny. I don't know, Jason. Oh jeez. Let me think here. Now, I know we're here at a hotel right now. What is your favorite hotel? Do you like any specific hotels, or is there just one specific hotel you like?
Well, I don't like these big name brand hotels. I'm more of them smaller, private owned mom and pop hotels, sort of speak.
Oh, really? Okay. So you don't like the fanciness of the big name, you like the small name hotels.
Oh yeah.
Now, would you say Black Mountain has any hotels like that to offer?
I had two. They're on Main Street, but they're roach motels, and I wouldn't stay in them.
Really? What are those hotels named?
The Acorn Hotel, and I don't even know the other name.
Blossom, Apple Blossom?
Yeah, that's it, Apple Blossom.
Acorn Hotel and the Apple Blossom. So you're saying those are two hotels you should stay far away from?
Yeah.
Why is it?
There's usually some shit go down in them hotels that just make your skin crawl.
It's like, you know, personal stories like you'd like to tell us here today?
Mm, I don't think I should share on public internet.
Are you saying like drug deals or, you know, like murders? What you say?
I don't know if they've went as far as murdering, but I know it's probably going to happen one day.
Really? So you're saying those places are really risque and very violent areas, even if it is on 70, you know?
Yeah. Because
So,
most of this shit goes down at nighttime, though.
really?
Oh, yeah.
I walked past the Apple Blossom and that both those hotels, and it looks like it's peaceful, it's calm.
It is during the daytime.
Well, I've walked past in the nighttime and everything is peaceful. At midnight, one time I passed by the house, I passed by that building one time. Everything over here was fine.
Have you ever heard of the saying, looks are deceiving?
Yeah,
That pretty much don't believe what you see.
so you're pretty much saying there's somebody like feeling a drug dealer inside one of those rooms.
Oh, I've heard stories. Definitely some stuff that I don't want to be around.
Really? Now, have you met some people that truly you whoa exactly?
Oh, yeah, I definitely know a few of them characters.
It just makes you shiver. Like, have you ever had somebody make you shiver? Because I know that you probably make a man shiver with your tense size.
Yeah, I gave somebody a ride to his place one time, and I told him if he has anything in his pockets or his book bag, you better throw them in the back because I ain't taking the risk of having some shady character try to rob me.
You told him that?
Oh yeah, I said if you try to rob me, I got something waiting in the truck for you.
What did he say to you?
Oh, he threw his shit back in the bed, that's for sure.
Really? Have you ever had like, besides like in high school, have you ever had a hardcore fight with somebody where you didn't have a scratch on you, but they were pretty much messed up? Or have you ever had that kind of situation?
Oh yeah, several times. I've disfigured several people.
Really?
Yeah, they come up running their mouth and I lay into them.
Now, are you the kind of person who doesn't like loud mouths? Are you, because there was a character, there was a guy. You ever heard of Richard Kukunski?
No.
You ever heard of the Iceman?
Yeah, sort of, kind of, somewhat.
That's who the Iceman was, Richard Kukunski. And his whole philosophy was he hated loudmouths. He killed a guy just because he was being loud and obnoxious. He,
Well, see, my opinion is if you're loud because you're having a conversation and you're just hanging out and you're just laughing and cutting up, fine, go ahead, do your thing. But if you come up in your loud mouth and you're bragging and you're being Billy Badass thinking you know everything and you can do everything, then I'm going to shut you up pretty quick.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever had somebody say, okay, let me think. Now, this is me not saying it, this is me acting. Have you ever had somebody say, Jason, you're ignorant, you're an idiot? Have you ever had somebody say that to you before?
Yeah, but they don't really call me idiot. They more or less call me crazy.
You're crazy, Jason. Like, if somebody specifically said that to you, you're crazy, what did you say back to them?
Well, back then I would have probably killed them, but nowadays I look at them and say, well, I may be crazy, but it's kept me from going insane.
I say I'm going insane slowly but surely, but you know, that's just me.
Hell, you've always been insane, Tommy.
Now, I asked this question to you the other day in the truck. I got a ride from him the other day. Jason gave me a ride somewhere. But curious question. Um, shut up, brain fart. Oh, good question. Um, now, trying to get my mind straight here. How can I get my mind straight? Okay. I'm just trying to. I have all these questions in my head for you. but my brain is going. That's what my brain is.
Kind of hard to make your brain straight when it's crooked, awfully crooked.
That's what everybody says about. All right, Jason, what have you heard on the street about me? What is my reputation here in Black Mountain?
Well, as you can figure out, everybody has different opinions. Like buttholes, some's bigger, hairier, wider, blacker, you name it, it's all different assholes. Some's pinker than others. Unfortunately, I got a hairy ass, and I have to keep that shit hidden because I'd be everybody be screaming Sasquatch out in the street. But what they like to call, they say some call you funny, some call you crazy, some call you dumbass, and all this shit. And it's just you have to take the good with the bad.
Have you ever stood up? I'm curious yourself as a person. Have you ever stood up for me and said, "You better watch your mouth, boy, because I'll clean your flock if you talk about my friend that way"? Have you ever stood up for me, or have you ever been just? I'm not going to hate on you, Jason, but have you ever just sat by and you said, "Yeah, he's a dumbass"?
On some situations, yeah, but you got to consider the type of situation it was. Like that video you filming yourself eat at McDonald's.
What video? I was eating at McDonald's.
Yeah, I guess you was. Hell, I know you was filming yourself eat somewhere, and I was like, what in the hell is he doing?
Did you see this video on YouTube, or did you just see me at the restaurant?
Oh, hell no. You was on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, you was discussing how the McDonald's food tastes and all this shit. I think it's with your food critic or whatever.
Well, me and Hamza don't do the food review crew with chain restaurants. We do it typically with mom and pop places, around here.
Well, either way, I seen you eating somewhere and you was talking about it. I thought, well, yeah, there's Tommy for you. But yeah, I'm the type of guy who I stand up for the little guy. And unfortunately, some people call you the little guy, so of course I'm going to stick up for you.
Now, how far has it gone when people, since you are kind of like, the outside here and I kind of know the inside, what exactly comments have been said about me here in town? How far have people gone to talk about my reputation as me as a person? What has it said exactly?
I'll be honest, you don't want to hear.
I want to hear. I want to know everything so I can know the ground level here. So I know how to build my reputation and just say, you know what? You got a problem with me? You can go suck a railroad spike. That's what I tell everybody. You got a problem with me? You can go suck a railroad spike, or you can go piss on a log. That's my philosophy right there. With my personal agenda as a person, as an entertainer, and as a person, that's my philosophy. Live life, entertain, live positively, and live it to the fullest until the day your heart stops.
Well, some people's gone out trying to say they was going to try to attack you, fight you. Some people, they was out of towners and they came up there. It was like, Tommy Finn? I was like, yeah.
Tommy MC2010, you mean?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not good with this shit, but I've ran into some people who called your name out and it's like, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Dude, don't cut. I was like, where you from? He said, New York. Wow. I was like, if a Yankee comes down here to the South saying he's gonna kill somebody, that's not good.
When did this happen?
It was about a year ago.
A New Yorker came down here?
Oh yeah, it was during the summertime.
Really?
Yeah.
They said they were going to kill him.
Yeah.
For what reason?
They didn't have no damn reason. They just said, I'm going to kill that motherfucker one day. And then I jumped in and said, well, you came to the wrong place to try to kill somebody.
Wow, that's insane. Now, was there the time I was YouTube famous, or was I doing anything on the internet at the time?
I'll be honest, I don't even know.
Honestly, I've been doing this since I would say 2010. So I probably know I have some haters out there and some people that are psychotic.
Oh yeah, of course you got to take the psychotic with the haters. But you gotta respect the haters, but hate the psychotic.
There's a terminology that the Joker uses. I heard in a graphic novel. Don't ever apologize. No.
Well, I wonder why he's butt ass ugly.
Well, he is. I would say he is ugly. He's kind of that's. I think that's the mystery of the Joker. He's very psychotic at the same time. I'm curious, Jason. Would you ever go toe to toe with the Joker?
Yeah, I would. And I'd whip his ass too.
You think you could?
Oh yeah.
He's a shaky little fella. He has razor blades, guns, and everything you could ever think of.
Well, the way I see it is the Joker character is nothing but made up.
I know that, but like say physically, okay, here's what I'm saying. Physical standpoint here, he's a real person and he has makeup and he's green hair, but he's pretty muscular, but he's thin at the same time, got a thin upper tone on him. And you meet him in a dark alley and he's got razor blades, guns, bombs on him and everything. You think you could still take him?
Well, I'll be honest, if I meet somebody like that in the alleyway, I'm fucking my asshole and running. 'Cause that motherfucker's got something other than trying to kill me on his mind. He's gonna try to rape my ass. Fuck that shit. I'll turn around, slap the makeup off of him, and pucker my ass and run.
Oh my god. Man, that just made me laugh so hard. Oh, I'm not laughing at you.
Oh, I know. Just don't piss your pants.
I am wearing green pants, so I have to be careful about that. Oh, what was that for?
I'm just making sure I'm giving your ass a little room.
What if I poop myself and piss myself?
What if you do that shit? I'm running. I ain't hanging out with you.
Look at this. Jason wouldn't clean me up.
Hell no.
Okay, I got a question for you there. Do you know either of the names of these hats?
No,
Would you like to know?
not really.
Okay. Alright. What?
Damn it, Tommy.
Hold
He's a double-headed craziness over here. Look at that crap. Who wears two hats at the same damn time? Seriously.
Me. I think someday, if I ever become a big-time actor, I think Black Mountain might reclaim a statue of me here in town. Now, what's your opinion on Black Mountain exactly? What's your thoughts on the town of Black Mountain and what they're doing here and that park that they're making? What is your philosophy on that?
They're making a freaking park?
That's a park out there. Like what you saw in town, the center of town.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
with a waterfall.
Yeah,
What's your opinion on that?
well, I mean, it adds character to the place. Me, personally, I'm going to love it whether you put it there or not. I'm born and raised here, and God help me, I'm going to end up living here all my life.
Wow. Now, I have a question for you, Jason. You said you were born and raised here. If somebody gave you the money to go to, like, say, somewhere like Chicago or New York, or like, say, LA, or anywhere else, would you go? Would you take that journey?
So I know there's going to be a lot of people on that see this video that's going to call me a liar, but I don't give a damn about them. My opinion is I'm going to tell them to shove the money up their ass and go on because I'm not leaving. My roots are built here, and you don't move somewhere where you have no roots at all.
I'm not saying move it. No, Jason, I'm not saying move it. I'm saying vacation. But if somebody paid you the money to go on a vacation to Chicago, LA, or anywhere else, Boston, would you go on that vacation?
Hell no, I don't like concrete jungles.
Really? You feel like you'd be nervous in a big city like that?
Oh God, yeah, I'd probably end up staying in jail the whole vacation.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like concrete jungles like that.
Personally, I've been in a big city like that, and it is amazing. Like some of the looking up at the building, like, it hurts your neck because the thing is, it's way different. There's all sorts of interesting smells. And by the way, the movie's right. It is not a prostitute on not every single corner. That is a lie. Because I was walking around town and I did not see a single prostitute. Of course, it was kind of wrong for me to think, yeah, in New York there's a prostitute on every corner. Yeah, right. That's a bunch of bull hockey.
Yeah, and honestly, another reason why I would not go is because can you imagine me in a city like that?
No.
There you go.
Jason, I picture you here in little old town of Black Mountain, peaceful, doing what you want to do. And a lot of people say that typically you don't see Southern people in a big city and stuff like that. You see them here in a small town because they like it. They like it. There's people that like small towns. There's people that like humongous towns and cities. And, honestly, I'm an in-between guy. And honestly, there's a terminology that I have made up for people that, no, I shouldn't use this terminology. I've used it in the past, townie. You ever heard that term? Somebody that's grown up here and has never gone anywhere. If you ask them a question about something, they're like, what are you talking about? I've met particular people like that, but I have nothing against people that are townies.
Well, the way I see it is if you're born and raised in the South, you're going to be a Southern person.
Hmm.
But if you move from somewhere other than the South and you move here, you're going to be you're going to be whatever you are from that area.
Yeah.
Um, and personally, I wish the South was just the South, and all these damn Yankees and everywhere would quit coming down here and try to run things.
Now, now I have a question for you. What's your opinion on Tyson's warehouse of Tyson and Ingles? What's your philosophy on that?
Ingles, it's decent, got good food and shit. It's a little more pricey, but you get the best brands and stuff. But Tyson's Furniture can go suck a nut.
Really?
Yeah, because Joe Tyson has his hand up his ass, and he's greedy as hell, and I despise the man.
Wow. Now, do you think, now, question for you, do you think you would say that to his face? You could actually walk up to that man and say that to his face?
Tommy, are you really asking me this question? Knowing me personally, do you think you're really asking me this question?
Jason, I think you probably was.
There's your answer. But Joe Tyson's is always hiding, so nobody can knows where he's at, so nobody can really tell me anything.
I've personally seen him. I sat down with him for a job interview one time, and they shot me down.
Yeah, Tyson's is known for that. They won't even let you go through a whole interview before they decide if you're hired and fired.
I wore a whole suit one time. I walked in there with a nice suit and Humberg on, and very nice, and said I wanted to be a warehouse worker, and he shut his book and said, I'm just looking for a driver. And, what's the point in me coming in and signing up the whole thing if you're just telling me you're looking for a driver?
Well, the reason why is because he's trying to obey the law on that one because a big truck driver like them, they have to have their CDLs, which is pretty much a license saying that you can drive anything on the main roads.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your CDLs?
No.
That's why he didn't hire you. It's not against you, you just ain't got your CDL. But if you went out right now and you got your CDLs and you went back saying, I want a job driving trucks, you'll be hired in instantly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, you being the person you are, what's your opinion on politics? What's your in the philosophy of politics today? What is your opinion on politics today? Do you think it's nonsense, or do you think it's what is your thought on
It's nonsense. Basically, all the politicians, when they go around meeting people and they tell you how they're going to do, it's bullshit. They bullshit more than a bull does.
it?
Honestly, nobody, the last person that was told the truth, it was the freaking Roosevelt back in, I guess it was World War II, whatever. And he's the last person who actually told the truth. The rest of them just, they could bullshit a bullshitter.
Wow, that is that is, that is truly an interesting opinion and very strong. Heck,
I don't care who the president is. 9 times out of 10, they'll say they'll do one thing and they do the opposite of what they're doing.
really.
Yeah.
Now, have you been hearing about this situation where people are stepping on the American flag and because of this whole guy being killed or something like that? And I think, what's your whole opinion on that? Do you think it's wrong for people to do that?
Yeah, I do. You're disrespecting the red, white, and blue. And the way I see it is if you stomp on a American flag, I don't care who you are. I don't care what race you are. You're a damn commie.
Wow. So I say that if you do that in my country, I say get out. I say you can go over somewhere else and live somewhere else. Wouldn't you say?
Yep. The way I see it is if you're a real man and you was born in the red, white, and blue, you're so patriotic, you piss red, white, and blue. Well, when you do that, you go to the doctor. Well, he says, oh, it's pancreatic cancer. I said, no, it's patriotism, you damn commie. If you're a real man and you was born in the USA, you do not step on Old Glory.
No, you don't. You respect it, and that's the country's flag. We're a country. We are, we have freedoms. We have people lay down their lives for that flag and have spilled their blood for this country. And for people to think, oh, I have an opinion on the internet that I'm just step on Old Glory, and I'm like, what goddamn right gives you to step on Old Glory and mess with our country and say, everybody opinions are like bubbles. You can pop them. That's my philosophy. Wouldn't you say?
Opinions are like buttholes. Some's bigger, smaller, wider, hairier, smoother, pinker, redder. There are all different types of buttholes out there.
Mm. But okay, let me think here. Now I know your opinion on wrestling, and I know your favorite football teams now. Um, now, if somebody was ever to say, okay, Jason, you have to get rid of your truck and you have to drive a little Subaru, would you jump into a Subaru?
Hell no, I'd take my truck and burn the damn Subaru to the ground.
Come on, Jason, I used to have a Subaru. My parents used to have a Subaru. It was nice. That sucker, I think you get up a hill faster than anything else. Of course, your truck is a big truck and you get up the hill. If somebody was to say, okay, Jason, just take it for a test run, would you take it for a test run?
I would. I'd drive it to a cliff and get out and put the brake on the gas pedal and throw it and drive.
God, Jason. Wow, that's okay. And a fist fight. What was your truck win, or would you think the Subaru would win?
Hell, the truck, no problem.
Well, okay. Here's a sci-fi question for you. If your truck one day you were coming out of the bar and all of a sudden your truck transformed into a gigantic robot like a transformer, what would you do?
I'd scream, hell yeah, I ain't got to drive it. It can just walk me home.
Really?
Hell yeah.
What if it was incredibly smart and had a sarcastic attitude? What would you do?
I'd be like, hell, my twins came for me.
Oh, geez. That's funny.
Except I'm not robotic.
Oh, God. You have windows, everything all right?
Yeah.
You're just very, unless you're very wary about things, you're very, a big guy like you, you're always eyes first, and you're always looking around because you're always knowing that that next target's going to come after you, and you got to defend yourself, am I right?
Well, it's not that situation, but a man who sees a situation and get out of it quicker before anything happens is a smart man. I'm not nervous or anxious or anything. I'm more of aware of my surroundings, and I like to know what's happening at the time.
Really? Okay.
Who sees all knows all.
Who sees all knows all. That is a very good statement there. Very.
And then again, you don't see everything, so you don't know everything. But if it's around you, if you see it, you know it, you're in good hands.
Okay, Jason, now we're going to pull a gear and we'll go backwards. I'm giving you the floor to interview me and ask me any questions you want to ask me that is boggling your mind about me. And I'm going to be the interviewee and you're going to be the interviewer. Now, what questions do you have for me?
None. You answered all my questions today. Believe it or not, you do. You did.
Really?
Yeah. I can read body language like better than I can hear somebody speaking.
What do you mean? What was my body answers to you exactly?
You was almost so nervous for this whole interview. This whole interview, I've seen you kind of lean away from me. Your eyes was kind of weary about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I see how your eyes are. It's pretty much saying, "Oh, not me, Al," or "Am I safe right now?"
Can I tell them that personal story of what happened a long time ago?
Is this back in school?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so folks, me and Jason have known each other for a while since still in high school, and Jason was what you call a firework. And one day, I walked into the classroom with my suit on, and I just looked at Jason. I smiled at him, waved at him. And Jason was in a bad mood that day. He picks up the table and he jumps at me, and it takes 2 or 3 teachers just to pull him back from me trying to kill me. Am I right, Jason?
Yeah.
I once saw Jason get into a humongous fight with a guy, and our teacher, Mr. People, jumped on to Jason, and Jason's still going. This guy's like a rhino, a human rhino. Like once he hits full blast, he's gonna. Here's a normal person. Here's Jason. That's Jason in perspective compared to me. And honestly, um, he's an interesting guy. What do you guys think? Do you think Jason's an interesting guy? Now, I don't have the comments up here, but later on I will check out the comments and see what people said. But, here's the thing, Jason. It doesn't matter what they say.
Oh, I know that. I mean, I'm calmer than I was back then. Hell, you could look at me the wrong way and I put you in the hospital.
Really.
Oh yeah, that's how it was back then.
If I had interviewed you back then, halfway through this interview, would you have knocked me out?
You would probably be laying in a hospital bed right now.
For what exactly comment? For what interview question would have insulted you back for old Jason?
Well, the main trigger back then would have been, I don't like people to act scared. See, you acted scared with me several times. I don't like that. I swear I'm like an animal. I can sense fear.
Hmm.
I like you better if you're brave. I can understand being skittish.
Like that.
It's just you.
Just me?
Yeah, it's just you. If you was like me, I'd think, what in the hell's going on with this place?
Really?
Nothing against you, I promise.
I know that, Jason. I know that it's all sorts of things that go back and forth. But, well, folks, I just want to say this is my friend Jason. This has been an awesome interview. And I'm going to say this might be a Tommy Talk this Sunday, but it's just a debate if I'm going to do it or not. This is my friend Jason. And look for the future. Maybe you might have a YouTube channel. Who knows? But As always, I'm Tommy in 22010. Subscribe, support, stay positive, and keeping you on the inside.